she told me. This here was the deal. I was 20 when I got married, so I'm just this young kid, you know, and my mother comes to me like a few days before I'm going to get married, or maybe it was even more than that. She comes to me with this book, and she was very adamant that I should not go on the pill because you're going to have deformed babies if you go on the pill. That was her thinking, her
and
logic.
Don't you wish you did?
Yes, I have some kids I could have, well, I won't say. I could have not have to survive. I could have had an easier life.
Yes, for a while at least.
For a while, yes. So, anyway, so she brings me this book. It's about, here's what the method for birth control is. You take your temperature every morning.
Oh gosh, okay.
And if your temperature is high, you are ovulating. I mean, nothing like it could possibly be that you have a fever. But
is this scientifically backed? Like,
I doubt it.
There wasn't even Google, so how did she get this information?
I don't know. She
information.
Bought some book probably from her holistic doctor, probably something like that. But this was her theory, you know, and I did not go this route because I felt like when she handed me the book, I felt like this was insane, you know?
Yeah.
And I was not going to be taking my temperature every morning to see if I was ovulating. So, needless to say, we chose our own methods for birth control, and I've had 4 children because those methods did not work.
No, because
I should have gone on the
wonderful thing.
I should have.
Birth control is a wonderful thing.
I know.
God gave us birth control.
Yeah, I'm thinking, you know.
God told the scientists how to make it, and they made it.
Yeah, I actually went to a gynecologist years later. I was having some issues, and he told me, yeah, you should have been on the pill a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I don't want to die.
You're like, yeah, no, I know now. I know that now. I've got 4 kids that are driving me nuts.
I know.
I'm financially strained. I'm losing my hair.
Yes. I'm shaking.
One of them's probably going to jail at some point.
Yes.
So I know.
Yes. So that was just another little, you know,
another little
weird advice.
Weird bit of advice.
She also got on this click that garlic cures yeast infections.
Oh gosh, please! I don't know if I want to know how. Garlic. I
don't know.
Eating garlic?
I don't know. You know, we didn't have the internet in those
I
days.
know.
And yet she came up with all these weird scenarios. She decided that her body, you know, it wasn't just a normal yeast infection like you'd think, because women get those. She decided that her whole body was infested with yeast. And that was the reason she was sick. So, and yeah, I think it was crazy that made her sick. But yeah, she started taking, and had me take them too, because I happened to be back home. Your dad was in the Navy. He was out to sea. It was just you and I. So I went home from California to stay with my parents for a while. And yeah, so she decided that both of us should take garlic pills. And after a while of burping up garlic pills,
oh no,
I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't care what she says. She's got this crazy idea in her head. And but yeah, she took garlic pills for a while until she decided that, I don't know if she just figured that all her yeast was killed, or if she just decided
or she didn't want the garlic first either.
I don't want to do garlic anymore.
I've heard that garlic is helpful for some things and that it is good for you, but I've never heard specifically for a yeast infection.
No,
and I just don't.
I've never heard that either.
I'm glad, you've never passed that along.
No.
That's something I would have to pass up on.
Yeah, that's something I think you guys would be like, yeah, Mom.
I know.
Mom's gone over the edge.
She thought, vitamin C was the cure-all. I think we talked about that
Vitamin
before.
C. We've talked about it before.
Yep.
Yeah. Another thing she did, she had anxiety. And in fact,
I wonder why. Because she had gone to, wherever she got all these crazy conspiracies and things and ideas, they made her feel anxious. I feel anxious.
And thank goodness we didn't have the internet. Because can you imagine how many more crazy ideas she would have had?
No, Grandma would have been in a cult.
Yes.
Honestly.
I would have been with Jim Jones in the Kool-Aid drink.
Yeah.
My mother would have said, she can't have Kool-Aid. We're going to have to pass that up.
The food coloring will kill us.
And we would have survived. So, but
everybody would have died and she would have see, I told you
it was that Kool-Aid.
It was the food coloring. Okay.
Yeah. I even took her to the doctors one time when she lived with us because she says, I'm having a heart attack. And I looked at her and I was like, Mom, you're not having a heart attack. And she was like, yes, I am. And I'm thinking that you should probably go to the hospital, right? She says, no, don't take me to the hospital. Take me to the doctor. Take me to the doctor. I'm like, okay, the doctor's not going to be able to do anything. But I did not believe she was having a heart attack. I was like, Mom, you have anxiety. You're having an anxiety attack. No, I'm not. I'm having a heart attack. So I take her down to the doctor. He comes in the room and says to her, he listens to her, what's wrong, and then he looks at her, checks her out, and he goes, have you ever been told that you have anxiety? And I go, see, I told you, I don't. And she goes, oh, I don't have that. And I was like, yes, you do.
If the doctor's still there while you guys are having this interaction.
He just had this look on his face.
He's just going to he's like, I'm going to write both of you a script for Xanax.
I know.
I'm going to send you home with some Xanax.
Yeah, and she wouldn't have taken it if he did. What he should have done is said, well, here's some heart pills and given her Valium. Yeah. Then maybe she would have taken them. But yeah, so here's the thing. This anxiety, it was social anxiety. It affected her whenever she went out socially. So whenever she went to the grocery store, as soon as we went in there, she would be, I'm going to faint. I'm going to faint. And here's what she told me to do when I'm a 10-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Run, get the manager, and tell him to bring
I know what's coming.
Some smelling salts.
Like it's the freaking 1920s?
I know.
Man, they don't have smelling salts here.
And that's what I'm thinking. I'm
they
like,
just shake you awake.
Mom, they haven't had smelling salts since, I don't know,
What's
1920.
A smelling salt?
I know, I didn't even know what smelling salts were. She just wanted smelling salts. So I'm the kid that has to go tell the manager, can you bring my mom some smelling salts? And they looked at me like, what?
No.
But every single time, I'm not kidding you, America, it wasn't just one time. After a while, I'm like, I'm not going to the store with you. This is going to end badly.
It's
going to end badly. I would go with my dad because my dad was great. He would buy bologna and Kool-Aid
and chili dogs.
Chili dogs and all the good stuff I wasn't allowed to eat. But then once he bought it, she couldn't say anything. So I would go with him. But, like if she picked me up from school and we were coming back, I got to stop at the store. And I'm like, oh, crap. She's gonna